Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back to Timberborn. I'm Lavender Mama, and this is the Lavender Tower. Now, this truly unique map, I think, is going to be quite a bit of a challenge for us. How do you think we can do? Well, let's jump in. Alrighty, so let's see here. In the last episode, we started on all of this, which is a lot of building that we have asked of our beavers, especially since we are going to lose our builders and our haulers in these extra buildings as soon as we flip us to normal speed. Partially because we need them for the pumping stations, and second off because we need them for hauling the water back and forth. So that's kind of our hold up here. I'm anxious to see how long it takes us for this to start working. So as soon as it flips to the wet season, we will start the countdown on how long it takes water to get to us here. Now we have a dilemma on our hands that while they're building all of this, we are running most of our buildings at less than full power because we don't make enough power. And even running these engines, we're burning through a lot of logs in order to keep everything at this minimal power. So like our number cruncher is only running at 34%. So that's one problem we have. Second problem we have is we are still being inundated by the bad tides coming from these water sources up here. So we also need to get up here and figure out what we are going to do. And if we kind of peek through this hole right here, we can kind of see it somewhat lines up with that tubeway station down there. So do we want to continue to, like, I mean, that's way down here. We are only like, we look at it, that's where that is. We still have half the map to traverse. We haven't even gotten to the top of the map yet. So that's a long way and a lot of metal before we can get there, because those need to be all of the vertical tubeways. So we need metal and planks for every single one of those. So that's kind of a thing. But we could be working on what we think the bad tide diversion should be up here. So maybe we get started, we let them work on building this, and at the end of the last episode, we did get this guy here done. Wow. Ooh, the labor monument. We are up to a well-being of 24. I know I haven't really been paying attention to that very much, but I think that that means that everything, let's get down to an appropriate level so we actually can see some things without running into the ceiling. I think, nope, we have to go up. There we go. Yeah, they've gotten all of the other items that we needed for that section done. I still am not 100% happy with seeing that, but I don't know how else to do this. I might come out with another row of platforms, like, you know, bring out a... Oh, 6 doesn't quite do it. I was going to say a 6, but we could do that and make like a faux pillar on this corner and make it seem like we meant to do that. But that's a thought for another day. But that does mean that I am going to unpause that. Maybe we don't unpause that for the moment. That's a lot of planks. We have 572 metal blocks. How are we going? What, 2? So metal blocks, we'd have enough. And we're working on all of this, which I would like done first, actually, because it will benefit our beavers and make it easier for them to build things if they don't have to be like running all this way. If they can travel on the tubeways, it's going to make their lives a little easier. And I'm going to be absolutely bougie. And nope, not the station. Let's these please. I'm going to be absolutely bougie and put these there. And then for right now, we're just going to leave it, but we're going to make them rebuild all of that because I want them all to match so that we can put more well-being items on the top of here so that every time a beaver makes a truck, he hits several different items. So like in their truck right now, they're hitting the brazier, they're hitting the beaver statue, and then some of these we might end up putting some of the other well-being items up along the top here. They're getting a lot of roofs. They're hitting braziers several times each trip. So like 1, 2, 3, 4 times right now. They'd hit 2 beaver statues. So, I mean, that's a lot of well-being boost on top of that roof boost. So, I mean, if we look at that, like we could put clock up there. We could put a little bit of all of these up along there, aesthetically, of course. I like the look of the braziers and the statues, though, so I'm not lying. It's probably going to end up what it's being. Ends up what it's being. Oh my gosh, I can't talk today. Anyways, so yeah, I'm making them redo all of that just for purely aesthetics. So I'm going to pop priority on these things so that as soon as they can get to them, they grab them. Because I want those items back. If we need to, we'll get some stairs or something up to these guys here. All right, but I'm thinking that that's a fairly good way to go. So let's see here. We had, what is these? These are soybeans. These are eggplant. That's corn. Let's go ahead and throw it on a, what do we want? Do we want eggplants or do we want soybeans? What the heck? Let's do soybeans. All right, fill that out. I'm also going to come over here and I'm going to throw in a few more trees over here. Since we now can kind of see the extent of what we can do, I'm going to throw them all in, and then when they have planted, I'll go back and take off the ones that they can't do. I am going to take off these 2 right here because they cannot do them. And we're going to call that good. This seems to be working fairly well. So I'm happy with that. We do have this one fluid dump over here, so if we run into a problem and we need to start filling here, we can. All right. The other problem, you know, we were talking about, we have the bad tide up top and the power down here. I almost think the power is more important. We have bad tide diversion set up, and while it does screw with like our crops and stuff like that, our tree farm up on that other level that we can't see right now, it does screw with that. Our power production is limiting, or our power limitation is limiting how fast and how big we can actually grow our industry. So I'm thinking, I have a couple of ideas. If we look, now I don't know what the limitations are of the gravity battery, because it doesn't really say. It just says the higher it's built, the more energy it can store, right? So I don't know if there's an upper end limitation, but I have a couple of ideas. We have this river that winds through here that we've kind of built all of our industry around, correct? What if we made a power generator along here? And I know very early in the series we kind of talked about doing something like this and putting in some large water wheels and making the water wind that before dumping back into the river. But what if we just made power generation and didn't worry about dumping back into the river, and just moved all of our power production to here? Now, because we've got the reservoir and we got all of this situated, we have kind of, you know, like ixnayed the need for the water to run this way. We used to need it for this edge to get hydrated, you know, because we had enough fresh and bad water combined to do that. All right. So what if we just kind of came in here, we did that, and then we came up to this layer, punched a hole straight down on these layers, and put in a couple of gravity batteries here along this edge. That is a huge span of energy to store. I don't know if it would drop all the way, but it at least would. I mean, even if it came to a point where the gravity battery stopped, you know, because it was too high, maybe it would be enough to power us through one of those massive 30-day long droughts or a really long bad tide. I just wonder if it wouldn't be enough. And we could do like a two-way station. We could connect off of this one and bring it over and then bring it straight up through a hole we punch in the ground, so that the beavers could get up here to work. We could put a two-way station up in here and just let them work, because we would just need to like take out this and then go straight down through like this ledge, and then put the gravity batteries right along that ledge, and then connect them to whatever power generation we do over here before we dump it back into the river. Does that make sense? And I know I've been yammering on for like 12 minutes now, and we haven't started the game. So we're going to go ahead and start the game and let those beavers work on that while we ponder a power generation area. Do we have dynamite right now? We do have dynamite. We just don't have much. The problem is that we are running out of storage for it. So they are pumping it as soon as it comes, but we're running out of places to put it. So I'm wondering if we don't sacrifice a little bit of it and come over here. Let's go like that. Have them put that in. And then I'm thinking we throw in a massive tank right in there. Or maybe we run it this way and then take out some of these and put, because 3 of these will take over the amount of stuff we have set up there. No doors, no doors, no doors. Oh, they're getting those storages built. Very good, very nice. If they could get this end built, then we would be able to get them building from both sides. And I probably need to up the priority on this end over here to make them come build this, because this was built sooner, but I don't think it really, in the grand scheme of things, matters. I do think I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna mark not the, no, I want the decoration, not the whole piece. How can I get just the decoration? It's not letting me get just the decoration. Well, you suck. I think because of how we set this up with the platform here, we'll be able to get, yeah, because that one is already built. They'll be able to build over, and then they'll be able to build the next piece, and then, it, you know, so they'll be able to get to everything, I think, in order to build from this end as well. All right. Okay, carrying on with my kind of thought process over in here. It's going to require... Oh, whoa, there we go. All right, so now our counter has started. We unfortunately need to come in here and pause some of these, because I do not want them to pump this dry and we still... Oh, wow, that was really fast. Oh, because we didn't let it fill up with bad water the last time, did it? Wait, I don't understand this. Stand by. Let's go to the top. See, we haven't even gotten water here. So how is the... It must be what's in the tower that's coming down. But it's not even enough water to... Huh. Okay, I think we're just draining our water from the tower over here. In this section. These water pumps, all the beavers are in there. We only have like a tile or two here. If we shut the water off for a second, we have a tile left in there. I don't really want to be... I don't really want to be draining that. We don't have any water coming down yet. This guy is pumping water into there. Let's go ahead and... He's pumping water into there, which then is flowing down here and is being thrown into the reservoir. I guess it's a regenerative cycle. But not really what we want to have happen. And he's doing it because there's not enough water in there. Interesting. So this needs to be at 0.5. We're going to do 6.5 for right now. Can I see that? No, not you. I want the sluice. I can't catch the sluice. There we go. Downstream depth 0.67. Huh. Interesting. Because I don't think... It hasn't overtopped yet. To start refilling this thing. We still have a tile-ish to go on that. And while it's creeping up, it doesn't go like super fast, so I'm not quite certain. How are we doing that? I mean, I guess it doesn't, at this point, we can go ahead and turn these guys back on. We haven't seen the water start falling here yet. I mean, it's not as if we have a problem with water. We still have almost 7K in stock. So I'm not 100% certain that it's like we absolutely must pump right now. But hey. Oh, I am such a silly Billy. This is from that freshwater. The freshwater one here. That's why we're getting water so early. And it's so nice and clean. Oh my god. I mean, sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. Oh my lord. It's alright, isn't it? It's totally alright. Everyone has a brain fart every once in a while. Alright. So look at here. We got that tube-way station up and running. Why are we saying we don't have any? Oh, because I probably didn't put any paths on any of these. there we go. They should all be connected now. And now we should be able to connect this to that, right? Because that's its door. Beautimus! They were still using it even though it didn't have a door to it. Which is interesting in and of itself. Oh my gosh, look it. They were building from here. We already have a roof up here. Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. I completely forgot about that one. Oh. They must be building like the roofs because they keep stopping. Like, oh my goodness, like 3 in a row there. Okay. So let's come back up here. The water hasn't started falling yet. But our reservoir is almost full already. That is insane. We might think about putting in another batch of these. Just to like top up during that first flush and then those ones shut down. These guys over here are pumping as well because they are getting filled up too. We also might think about coming over here and turning all of this into water storage area as well. It's just, it's so far away from our civilization that it kind of feels like it's cut off. All right, how is this doing? Oh, hey, look it. There's lots and lots of trees up here, but I don't think we have anyone working up here. We probably want to, I probably don't want them like super high priority because they could be cutting those trees down for us. All right, back to our original plan for today. Power generation system. Now I'm going to draw very, very heavily on the things that I've seen Zedek and Skystorm do because they seem to be the most in the know about those kind of things. And in order to do that, do this, I think we need to look at how deep does the large water wheel needs basically 2 underground and 1 above. So if we were to come in here and funnel straight off of this point, maybe, right? I need to come down a couple levels so I stop running into the ceiling. Was I all the way at the top? I think I was all the way at the top. That would be dorky to snap all the way down from the top. All right, so there's the level that we are currently at. So we can go up a couple more. And that at least will keep me from running in the ceiling now. All right, so we want 1 to stay on the end here, right? So that's our rebound wall. Oh, water is coming through. We've got some bad water because our sluice shut. Yep, and this guy turned to a bad water. Very good, very nice. Love it. All right. So that should help our power generation right now. We are going to go ahead and I'm going to look at this. If we come straight off of this point, right? And we've got that like barrier at the end. I'm going to use a path just so I can visualize. We come along here. That's 15. Right? And the large power wheel actually... So if we come down... I'm trying to figure out how big this actually is. Okay, so if we put like our power power thing facing this way. That's really huge. Three? Maybe 3 of them we could fit in after that set of floodgates, which we do want because we want to be able to limit the power, the water coming out of here when it's fresh so that it gets diverted into here. Which, look at that, we did get within, you know, a tile, 2 tiles of the top, a tile and a half of the top in just that freshwater flush from that other source, which is great. Absolutely great. All right, so it looks like 3 is as many as we can get in there. And those are what do we need? 2 wide for them, then a break. So let's see here. Let's grab our dynamite. We need to go down 2 on these, and I think it's 1, 2, 3. 1 more here, right? Let's see if we can't high prioritize that and get that in like ASAP. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to leave it right there as a visual reminder that we need to stop there. This is going to kind of create a mess on our river here for a minute downstream, but it will let us see if we've got my spacing correct. We also are going to need to do singles here. Are we going to be able to reach all of those? Yes, I think we will. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add those to the high priority. Now, that also means that we are going to need to block that guy off in order for that to work. But I want to wait until we see that that's all good. All good. It's gonna disrupt the flow of our water here for a minute. Power. Oh, beautiful. Now, do I want them running? Oof, do I want them running this way so that the power can come down along this backside into... Well, we still can get it. We're going to run this one like this. Yes, we want the science for that. All right, so I was right. It is a 5x2 that I need in order to run this particular thing. All right, so we should be able to just extend the power to there. Sweet. And for right now, that is going to do us absolutely no good. All right, so then if we go another batch 2 deep, 5 wide. 2 wide, 5. That's 1. Perfect. Look at that. We can fit 3 in there. That is absolutely fabulous. All right. I kind of thought that was what it was going to be, but I didn't want to assume that was what it was going to be. Now we are going to need to extend this path along through there. Actually, let's just take it down across there for right now. And then we're going to need to come through here, right? And then if we look at it, 1, 2, we need another right there. All right, so here's the deal. We're going to need a way to route the water back this way. And then we're going to need the way to route the water back this way, because I think where we want to come back in is like over in here somewhere. Which means I think we need at least a 2 wide right there. Yes. And then if we're gonna do a 3, 2 through there. We're gonna need a kind of as many edges as we can. Oh, well, if we're just doing a straight shot, we won't need to. We'd want the full power running along there. That's where we'd be able to fit 2 power wheels right there. Then if we bring in a all right, we need to take this path piece out, and we would need a piece of dynamite there. Now, do we want to come down with the next whole, like do 2 rows at one level and then drop it? That might look really cool. That would mean we need to pull this off of there. That doesn't give us 2... That gives us 1 tile of turn. Right, like that. I don't think I like that idea. Right? So we would actually need this to come out here. Yeah. That would also allow... Do. We need to block all of that off. So we could theoretically... the theoretical is boggling my mind right now. We could theoretically come here, put that in there. We're going to need to do that anyways to make sure that it goes completely 100% into there. Then this also needs to be a levee. And I need to quick do a... Pause. I don't, right this particular moment, want them to build any of that. So we kind of need to be a little bit careful. All right, so that would give us our 2 tile turn. So that hopefully we don't like flood things. Although we could come in here and put like a break wall in if we decide it needs it. honestly, we basically have this coming through 1, 2, 3 tiles. 1, 2, and 3. So we are constricting it a little, which I kinda don't know if is a great thing. So these floodgates might actually, if we put a floodgate at the end of the system, might actually not be necessary. All right. Carrying on. Why are they building this? Are they done with everything? Look at that beautimous thing. I love it. It looks so cool. And look at all the little beavers zipping back and forth. All right. I do think we need to get a path extended over into this area if we're going to be working on this, because there is no fast travel this way. There's definitely no fast travel this way. We are going to have to be super careful here. If we implode this by accident before we're ready, we kind of need a drought to do some of this stuff. I think what we'll do is we will I mean, theoretically, if we do this holy cats, that sucker is generating it's kind of variable, but a little over 200 power. How much does this guy require? Our power supply is over what we need for... Can we shut this guy off? Power input. Power supply. It needs 700, doesn't it? So we're still not quite on that edge. I can't believe it's generating that much power just from the water falling into that hole and running. That's a little bit crazy to me. But hey, it is what it is. Okay, so this technically needs to extend to there. That's where our last power wheel will fall there. What are they built? Oh, they're putting all the extract in because we don't have enough bad water yet. Oh, why are you paused? I'm paused. Get in there. We're going to detonate this. And we are going to go ahead and throw in that super large tank. We want to do it that way. We're going to do it that way. I'm probably going to regret that. I'm probably going to regret that. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to high prioritize this guy. Boosh and boosh. They still have some little ones to put into if they get to it before this is done. All right, back to power generation. Like, I'd like to wait because I think some of this might change. If we get power generation done over here, it will probably change in some way, shape, or form. All right. So then if we wind here, then we wind back down. This is where it becomes the thing. Do we want to drop it? Do we want to drop the whole level down as we go and let it out at the natural level of the river down here. I kind of would like to. So that, of course, is going to require a lot of explosives. And that's not really what I wanted to do. Let's take that back out. Okay. Because I'd rather not waste the... I guess it doesn't really matter. We end up using the same amount whether or not we do it in 3s or we do it in 2s or we do it in 1s. And it would make visualization a little bit easier for me. So maybe we do that. Let's just take all of that down. And then I'm going to prioritize that taller or earlier so that we can kind of get that all done. I know someone is going to say, but if you prioritize all of that, then they will stop whatever they're working on and they will run to do that instead of, and I know they will. That also means we're going to need to extend this levee wall, right? We're going to keep it probably through that next level, that first row there. We'll keep it through that first row, and then we'll start tapering it down. Maybe we'll have some way to make it look cool or whatever, but we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. That explosives factory is running. Where's the other one? That one is not. Huh, why not? Interesting. Interesting. This one should be automated. Let's pull it to like up to 90%. Maybe we automate ingredients instead. We need catalyst. But do we need that much catalyst? Is the operative question. This one is set for bad water, correct? Yes. All right, so let's take that out. We're also going to need to take this out. So can we... Yeah, we've got a tank right there that they might be able to put that in. All right. We are cycle 18, day 10. So we're probably going to pop up with whatever fairly soon here. Oh my gosh, I love that. That looks so cool. That looks so cool. Back to what we were working on. All right, they are frantically putting that in there as they get the dynamite. Let's see here. We're gonna have to continue this levee wall. Have any of y'all seen the woo, thank you, game. The new look of the levee? Do you like it? I was watching a few people play, and then they went from episode with the old levees and then the new levees, and they're like, oh, and it was really funny to hear how some people were like, yeah, no, I don't like that, and other people are like, yeah, that looks nice. So it's a little funny. Okay. Oh, how did I pause that? I don't know how I paused that. Well, that was... Wait a second. Does that look like there's bad water in there? Stand by. It does. Wait a second. Hold on. Oh, no. That's not great. Like, why did I have that set so high? Oh, I don't like that. Well, dang it. 4% contamination. That's not closed off any of these things yet. Well, shoot. That's not great. I mean, all the showers still work and everything. But that's not great. I didn't want contamination in here, so that really is not cool. That means that our whole entire system now has contamination in it. Which is really frustrating. But apparently I just did that to my own self because I set that too high. Darn it. Darn it, darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. That's all right. It's not a high enough concentration to be damaging to beavers, it looks like. So we'll be fine. It's fine. It's all fine. It's very, very fine. All right. We are going to need to be careful here. I don't think we want to blow like these ones. Otherwise, we'll start routing water into this section. So we're going to have to make some... Right there is our cutoff. So we'll leave those ones for right now in our little plan, and we'll have to come back and do those at a later date. We might have to create a bridge system over to there. We have not once used this one, I don't think, so we could conceivably get rid of that guy. Man, this upsets me that I misset that one. And now we have contamination because it'll concentrate the lower we go. So we might need to put in a bad water pump up here to get rid of that concentration. How long can a bad water pump go? 6. What have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5. All right. So that might be... We might need to take out a couple of these water... Which we probably could do anyways. And put in a bad water pump there. In order to clear that out. I'd rather clear it out now while the concentration is really low than have it concentrate as we get lower and lower during a bad tide or drought. All right, let's go ahead and throw a couple of platforms up there since we kind of ruined the landscape. All right, these ones are gone, so we can... See, I am going to regret putting that way. Oh, see, drought. I'm gonna top priority on this. That's done. we're gonna go ahead and take out this path. We are gonna stick in a bad water pump right there. Of course, I had prioritized that. I prioritized that. We'll leave it for right now. Okay. Very good, very nice. Very good, very nice. We're down to the last row over here. Okay. Can we... I definitely want that. I mean, once it gets down low, the only thing it'll be contaminating is the showers, because these ones will be out of water. But still, I don't want that. Okay, let's see here. If we come, boom, 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 boom. Right. And we put in... yeah, I'm gonna wish that I just done it that way. I was watching someone the other day and they're like, yeah, you know, it's just a game. We can move it. And I'm like, but yeah, but you took the time. And it's like, and then I was like, yeah, it's kind of like the sunken cost fallacy going on. You're like, yeah, I can't move it because I spent the time to build it. And you're kind of right and you're kind of wrong all at the same time. You did spend the time to build it, but honestly, is it really that? I know I just took that out and I'm going to put it right back in. Is it going to cost you that much? All right, catalyst is full up. Do we have a tank up here by the... no, we've got a water tank, but we don't have a catalyst tank. All right, we need to get a catalyst tank up here. Maybe we could just put it like right over here somewhere. Yeah, it's kind of out of the way, but not really the greatest spot. Or we could just... boosh. I know, we were in the middle of building a new beaver there, but... do we want to do one of these? Wait. Oh yeah, we can get rid of that corner, no problem. Let's go ahead and put a piece of dynamite on that. I prioritize it. Alrighty. Where were we? Okay, this is all in, so let's go ahead and implode that. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put a staircase in here. Boosh. And continue our path along here. We need them to come and get rid of these trees. All of those. All right, and so then we're gonna come down. Our water will come down here. This is going to have a drop off. This is going to have a couple of tile drop off. So that's kind of why this 2 tile turn, so that we can kind of make some of that work. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a 2 there as well. And then we can look at how we need to step it around this corner to get the water to flow nicely. But we can go ahead and we can put in our next round. So it's 2 there, 2 wide. Then we bring our path across. It is going to, though, need this in this space. Most of these paths aren't really meant for the beavers to trod. They're my markers so that I can see what I'm doing. Okay. As long as we've got this one solid one across the back with a few inroads here, the beavers will be able to figure it out. Okay. We gotta wait for them to take these trees out. So if we high prioritize that, somebody will come do that. All right, and then this level is going to need some singles. And we're going to need to extend a wall. So if we look here, we're going to be doing dunk dunk, right like that. In there. So we're going to need this wall to come out, which means that we are going to need some more beaver escapage to here, and then that will be on next to, and then we'll start the tier down again. I know there's a hole in here somewhere, right there. I think there's a, like right behind here, there's a blockage, yeah. That we will probably need to fill in to make this all work. But that extends our... All right, we also need to pause like all of these. Because they can reach those. All right, we've got 0.4 days until this next drought hits us. This guy is pumping the bad water out of here. Hopefully it's already taken us down 1%. So hopefully he can draw the bad water out before it gets too low that our concentration gets too high. Oh, they got those trees out, so we can finish laying out the dynamite here. And then this is our wall again. This one's going to be a full one. It's going to come across like that. All right, we need to get some... let's see here. This is going to be our step down, so let's go ahead and throw in some singles. Right there. That'll take us down. Our next step. This is gonna have to... that one there. And let's high prioritize that one. Woo! Drought started. Let's high prioritize that one so I can put the stair in, and then we can like kind of start getting some other stairs in here. This guy, we're gonna just let him keep running with the bad water pump until he says he can't do anything. It's back up to 4%. So we might need to consistently run that guy. Which kind of sucks, if I'm being honest. Take that one out and get a stairwell in. Looks like it's a 25-day, 24-day, something like that drought. I didn't even pay attention to how long it was. We had gotten back up to 11K water. That's the top. We're like almost completely full there. I'm gonna open one pump in here. And he should be able to pump enough to kind of keep us topped off over in here. Without us completely and utterly. This guy is still set up. Why is he running? I don't know why he's running. He was set a little high, I think, because we were trying to go through dams before. So I think that's why he's still running. Do we have anything else that's like... Wow, we are super low on food. We've only got 4K food. I mean, that's pretty much what we had before. But it seems like we're a little lower than we should be. I would like to remove this tree farm and put our farm in. But that also, if we could get some of the industry moved over this way would make me quite happy. All right. Priority wise, let's go ahead and... Oh, they're getting that stairs in. We need another stairs down here for right now. So that we can get to all of these trees over here and get them out of the way. Boosh. We're also going to need to get these ones down here if this is where we're planning to... Well, I kind of would like to dump back in down here on this level. So, I mean, it's going to require some finesse to get to that point. I thought I had upped the priority on these guys so that we can lay out the next section. Oh my gosh, look at the time. Well, we are going to have to come back to this in the next one. I might... Now we have more than enough storage for bad tide. Or bad water. Let's see here. If we're just going to continue this down, I might do this off camera, lay this all out, and then let them kind of run with that. Just because it's a lot. All of this over here is a lot. A lot of waiting for dynamite. We need another... Can they not reach these ones? Yeah. We need another... Now can they? Yeah. Need another staircase here. So that we can get rid of all of that. So we shall see. In the next episode, you'll see whether or not I actually did pause that. I am going to come over here, though, and let's go up a couple of levels, and I'm going to unpause this guy because they could be working on that. All right. It says, what does it say? Time to depletion, 82 days, but that doesn't take into consideration the seep down here. Taking up water. What are we looking at? Contamination here. We're still at 4%. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I'm really a little bit worried about that particular thing. So we might need to come in here and throw in another bad water pump. I just wish I hadn't been silly enough to let it get to that point. But hey, it's all right. It's okay. It's fine. We'll be fine. 4% isn't going to kill a beaver. They're tough. Very, very tough. But anyways, that is where we are going to end it for today. I want to thank you as always for being here, and I want to thank Tonia for the absolutely fabulous comment she left on the last one. I do appreciate you watching, and I do always want to shout out those who are super cool about their comments. And Tonia is the comment that touched me the most this week on my last episode of Timberborn. And so I will say thank you. And once again, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.